In our class today, we will be going through 3 circuits of 3 exercises. We will be rotating through them 3 times each, and then we'll kind of finish off with a little bit of a bonus. There is some upper body, lower body, core, some metabolic stuff, so cardio, intervals, as well as full body movements. Always make it work for your body. So if you need to modify, if you don't have the same weight that I'm using, feel free to make it work with what you've got. Other than that, we will get started. So just standing where you are comfortable on your mat or not, just roll the shoulders back and down a few times here. Good. Releasing any tension that you may have built up throughout your day. Good. One more like that, and then just make some big arm circles all the way. Open it around. Good. Nice and slow. Trying to get that full range. And then we'll reverse direction, other way. Big circle. Good. Awesome. 2 more like that. Last one, then hold the arms forward, reach forward, draw the shoulder blades back. So we call this protraction and retraction, trying to squeeze in between the shoulder blades. Good. The last 2 like this. 1 more, and then bring the arms up, draw the elbows down and up. Think about leading with the elbows, squeezing something underneath those arms. Just getting some overhead press action, waking up the shoulders. Good. Last 2 here. 1 more, and then let the arms go, shake them out. Step your feet where you are comfortable to squat. So I like my feet a little bit wider than hips, toes slightly turned out, and we're gonna find some squats here. So on your own time, making sure hips, knees, ankles are in line, your feet are flat. Noticing as I go sideways, I'm trying to maintain a similar shin and torso angle, so I don't wanna feel like my chest drops as I do this motion. Good, down and up. Let's do 3 more here. Last 2. And 1. Standing up tall, keep your feet hip distance apart, send those hips back, chest forward. We call this a hinge. So we're activating through the back side of the legs. Notice this motion is led from the hips and back up. Inhale down, exhale up. Let's go 2 more. Last 1. And then stepping to the front of your mat or a space that you've got to step behind, alternating reverse lunges. So bending the back knee, chest up nice and tall. I have a slight tip forward of my chest so I can feel that front glute get a little bit more action. Good. Inhale down. Exhale up. Let's do 1 more each way. Good. And then reach your arms all the way up. Walk your hands down. Step your feet back to a plank. Shoulders over top of wrists. Step 1 foot forward. Rotate. Come back down. Switch sides. Take this on your own time here. Opening up through the chest and back, through those hips. Getting a little bit of shoulder and core work in between. Let's do 1 more each side. Good, last one like that. And then hold your plank. Just holding here, shoulders over top of wrists, nice long line of the body, heating up through the core. Good, keep this going, last 5, 4, 3, 2, shift back to a downward dog, pedal those feet out. And then slowly walk your hands and feet together, soften the knees, and roll up slow. Okay, we are ready. We are going to grab our heavier set of weights. If you only have 1, makes it easy to decide. We are going to be alternating through a lunge and a deadlift. So, staying on one side for the lunge, we'll switch halfway. So I'll just demo first. We're going to do 1 reverse lunge, step the feet parallel, 1 deadlift, same side again. 1 lunge, 1 deadlift. When you're ready, join me here. So I step 1 leg back, chest tall, press to the front foot, feet flat, weight stay touching me, come back up tall. Good, continue this motion. I will get my timer going, but feel free to get it started. So 1 side only for the lunge and the deadlift. We will switch after. Good, keep this going. Awesome, so remember the deadlift is more about the hips going back. So you want to make sure that we're not just reaching forward. We're lunging, pressing through that front foot. Weight stay close to you, chest forward, hips back. Good, let's go 10 more seconds on this side, then we'll switch. Awesome, last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch sides. So same deadlift, but different lunge. So stepping the other leg back, planting the feet, down, up. Again, everything repeats on this side. So when you're lunging, keep stable through the front foot. Good, when you're deadlifting, keep the back long, lead with your hips. Good, chest tall. Awesome. You've got 15 more seconds here. Keep this going. So again, lunge to that deadlift. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, rest, okay? Exercise number 2, you're gonna take weights. Probably a medium set, maybe even heavy for some of you. Feet can come about hip distance, maybe closer as needed. Hips back, chest forward. We do a bent over row. So I squeeze my shoulder blades back, I lean back with my elbows. Exhale, pull. Inhale, release. When you're ready, join me here. Exhale, pull, down. Awesome. So noticing as we're going, we are leaning back with the elbow, squeezing in between the shoulder blades, rather than pulling up from the wrist. So squeeze back and down. Watching that head position, so notice where you're looking. Are you looking straight down? Are you looking up? Find that kind of in-between line to maintain that diagonal. Use the front of your core so we aren't straining through that low back. Exhale, pull, inhale, release. Exhale, pull, inhale, release. Good, keep this going. We've got 10 more seconds here and then we move on to one last exercise of this circuit. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. Weights down, we are heading into squats or squat jumps. So, option 1, no jump. Option 2, rise on the toes. Option 3, full jump. Extend those hips, watch the knees. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, up, down. So again, notice I can take the full jump, I can rise on the toes, or I can keep my feet flat. Working through this jump, watching your knees. Sometimes they collapse in and out when we squat or jump, so just be mindful of that. Good, and no matter how fast you're going, if you're jumping or not, find a pace and stay consistent. Good, keep this going. We've got 15 more seconds. Big reach. Again, watch those knees. Reach up and down, maybe rise, maybe jump. Full extension of those hips. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Take a breather. So 3 exercises, we're gonna add a little bit on each time for all of these. So round 2. Feel free to stick with the regular deadlift. If not, we're gonna add on. So we lunge, same way. Staggered deadlift now. So we lunge, toe comes in slightly, staggered deadlift. The staggered deadlift just means that we're working the front glute a little bit more. So I feel my left glute when I lunge, but now I feel extra when I do my staggered deadlift. Notice my weights still stay close. It still looks like a deadlift. When you are ready to get it started, I'll go a little bit more in depth with that staggered deadlift as we get moving. So slight tip forward. The stagger, I have my foot back just slightly, hips square. Down and up, it should still look and feel like a deadlift. Good. Making sure we get that full hip extension rather than pulling the shoulders back. So hips go back and forward. For those doing the staggered, whatever foot is in front, you should feel it a little bit more. And if you're not doing staggered, you're just sticking with that regular lunge to stagger. Good. Or a regular deadlift. Good. Keep this going. 5 more seconds on this side. Good. Nod the chin now as we go, watching that head position. 3, 2, 1. Second side, go ahead. So again, when we're doing that stagger, if you're doing it or not, just regular deadlift even, remember less reaching forward, more sitting back with the hip. So the goal is to feel the back side of the flat-footed leg. If both feet are flat, should we feel on the back side of both? Good, keep this going. We've got about 15 more seconds on this side. Keep the back long as you deadlift. Keep the chest proud as you lunge. Stabilizing through that front foot. 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, rest. Okay. Back to the row. Option to keep the palms in. This time, option to turn the palms up. So, I turn my palms up very similarly. Exhale, pull. Inhale, release. Pull, release. When you're ready, add that on. If you're more comfortable with that regular grip, keep it there. Go ahead. So when we turn the palms up, we get a little bit more bicep and a little bit more forearm, making sure elbows look the same. It's just my wrist that changes direction. Really watch that head position. I also want you to notice, if you're someone who's up here, we're going to be feeling a lot of front. We need to come down with the hips more, chest forward to really activate the upper back, squeezing in between those shoulder blades. Good, relax the shoulders down. Well done, everybody. Keep this up. 10 last seconds, strong through the core. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. Take a breather. Adding on to the squat jump, if you're someone who's jumping, now we're going to work on a 90-degree jump. Back to center. 90, back to center. If that's not for you, you stick with an option we've already done. If that is for you, think about your hips extending rather than your knees going. So hips extend, knees move second. When you're ready, here we go. So hips extend, hips extend. If that's not for you, stick with either option, facing forward instead. The pelvis, the core, the hips get a little bit more work here. Really be mindful of your landing. Good work. Good. Can you land both feet at the same time and knees out? Watching the knees aren't collapsing or moving. Good. Full foot flat. Notice we're really extending those hips. You got 20 more seconds. Going a little longer this time. Good. Chest proud now. Well done, everybody. Last 10. I'm breathing heavy just talking, so I'm sure we are getting our heart rate elevated now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Well done. Okay, third time's the charm. We go back to the top. 2 ways to progress again. So the lunge has stayed the same. This time you can add a pulse in the lunge if you'd like. You've got 3 options for the deadlift. Regular deadlift, staggered, or single leg deadlift, which we actually still focus on the hip going backwards, weight stay down, come up tall. So I can lunge, optional pulse, and then I do regular deadlift, staggered, or my single now, which feels like a seesaw. Hips go back, chest goes forward, come back up tall. Your choice, stay on one side, we will switch halfway. Let's see it. Last time. So same lunge, optional pulse, and then single leg, staggered, or regular deadlift. Notice when you are deadlifting, if you're doing a single leg, I like to lead back with my heel, so my knee stays down and hips are square. Usually if we're trying to just aim for the floor, chances are we start to turn our hip out. We want to keep those hips square and neutral. So just be mindful that it's not about getting to the floor, it's about maintaining that long spine and leading back with the hip. So I always think of it like a seesaw. Good, give me 10 more seconds on this side, then we'll switch. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, second side. So we lunge, optional pulse, come up, single leg deadlift. We lunge, optional pulse, stagger, or stick with that first option, lunge and deadlift. So again, by repeating that one leg over and over again, we get the front glute, the back side of that leg, working a little bit harder. Keep the weights close to you for the deadlift. Think less reaching forward, more going straight down. Good. Last 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, last option for the row. The weights I have will probably be too heavy, so I will go down to my hands. Again, if you have another set of weights, feel free to add them in. Coming down, this time our elbows are high, up, down. Exhale, pull. So it's a high pull. Notice it's not about opening up this way. I'm just going straight back and down rather than opening wide. So exhale, pull, inhale, release. If that's not comfortable or the weights you have do not permit this move, stick with options 1 or 2, just like before. Go ahead. So just another opportunity to activate the upper back. So we're pulling high. Good. Again, rather than pulling apart, we're just gliding back. Good. Exhale, pull. Relax the shoulders. It just will change slightly where we feel this in the upper back. Awesome. Keep this going. Through the core again. Keep that diagonal line of the body. Well done. 10 last seconds. Here we go. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. full 180, jump. Full 180, jump. If that is not for you, you stick with the 90 jumps. You stick with the jump on the spot or the rise on the toes or just that regular squat. When you're ready, give it a go. So the 180 is that full half turn. Make sure the hips guide the motion. We need that hip extension first. Really landing strong through those legs. Make sure you alternate what sides you go. We don't want anybody getting dizzy. Good. Landing soft. So notice if you're someone landing stiff leg, load those hips. Good. Give me 15 seconds. Big push now. Keep it up. Well done. All the way through to the end. Strong landing. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. Take a breather. Okay, we are done that circuit where you can move on from those exercises. From here, you're going to grab your heaviest weights. And again, if you only have one set, that's okay. And we're going to squat. Simple squats. So I like to hold 2 weights high. If I hold them low, it just can put my knees in a compromising position. But just know, based on your stance, where you'd like your weights. So I'm going to hold 2 up high. Feel free to grab your weights when you're ready and join me as soon as you are. So I like to step my feet a bit wider, toes turned out. I'm going to inhale down, exhale up. When you're ready, join me now. Inhale, exhale. Other options would be to hold 1 weight, if that feels better for you. Even 1 weight low, as long as the chest is tall. Good. So again, we're trying to keep even weight through the feet, trying to keep that similar shin and torso angle, watching the knees. We've kind of already warmed up with this, with the jumps we just did. Think about faster on the way up. Slower down, faster up, squeeze the glutes. Lots of power, full hip extension. Use the core, especially if you've got heavy weights and we're not collapsing. Notice if you're pushing the hips forward, just stand up tall. Inhale down, exhale, press up fast. Good, 5 more seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Grab weights you can press overhead. They may be your lighter weights. You can decide for yourself. Soften the knees. Exhale, push up. Inhale, pull down. Exhale, push up. Inhale, pull down. When you're ready, join me here. Stack the shoulder, elbow, wrist, so straight arms to the top. Notice when you press, you can see the arms. They're not behind our body. We need to keep our ribs contained. Soften the knees, brace the core and the feet. Push, pull. Watch that head position. Pull the head back. Exhale, push. Inhale, pull. Feel like you're punching the ceiling as you go. Looking good. Big press up. Also working on a full range. I know it's not always easy to press overhead. A lot of us have some shoulder things that maybe don't permit that, so this is really good practice. Good, punch it up. 10 last seconds here. Big drive up. Relax the shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Weights go down. We're gonna work on a little lateral motion. So we're gonna go 3, 2, pause, 3, 2, pause. When we do this, we do not cross the midline, so it's like there's a straight line down. We keep our arms and legs on that side of the body. When you're ready, join me here. If you'd rather march it and not take it running, find your pace. Little pause, pump, pump, pause. Quick, quick, pause. Good. Find your pace. Keep everything on that side of the body, moving laterally. Pump, pump, pause. Good. Quick, quick, slow. Keep this going. Good. And again, notice as we get tired, we end up crossing the body. Everything stays on that side. We're working those lateral muscles. Keep it up. Also gets a little bit of coordination, gets the brain connecting. Good. Last 10 seconds. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. Well done, everyone. Take a breather, check in how you're feeling. We go back to the squats. So grabbing your weights, this time the only thing that changes, you can hold your weights wherever you'd like, but we go down differently. We'll go down 3, 2, 1, pause 1 count, up fast. 3, 2, 1, pause, up fast. When you are ready, grab those weights. Let's get into the squats, round 2 right away. And again, holding the weight where it feels most comfortable for you. If you don't have weight or feel more comfortable without, hands are crossed. Good, so I want you to actually pause at the bottom 1 second. So when I go down, I'm 3, 2, 1, hold, up fast. 3, 2, 1, pause, up fast. So we want power on the way up, but we do want to see that pause at the bottom. It'll help us gain control at the bottom of that squat. Good. 10 last seconds here. Drive through both feet evenly. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Chest proud again. Strong through the core, especially if we've got those heavy weights and we're holding them high. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay. This time, you can stick with your regular press, or option 2, keep them at the top, straight arms. Pull one down, push up, switch. Pull, push, pull, push. Alternating sides, but keep that straight arm straight overhead. When you're ready, give it a go. Noticing that the straight arm actually has to stay straight. I know sometimes it likes to drop down. Ribs down, weights where you can see them, they're not behind us. They're also not too far forward. Trying to get straight up, bicep beside that ear. Ribs down, so we use the core muscles, bracing through the feet, soft knees. Think of that pull down almost through the lat, those side back muscles punch up through the shoulder. Good. Watch that head position as we get tired. Pull the head back. Good work. 15 seconds. For those of us that are doing the single arm press, you probably realize a lot of shoulder stability is required at the top of that motion. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Weights go down. We're back into our quick, quick pause. No changes for this one. Quick, quick pause. Quick, quick pause. See if you can push the pace. You can even keep it small. It does not have to travel as wide if that's not comfortable. We're working on those lateral muscles. That means the toes can't turn, neither can the hips, the feet can't cross. Imagine that line in the middle of the body. Arms stay on their side. Quick, quick pause. Quick, quick pause. Good. When you pause, little tension through the core. Pump those arms. If you're getting more comfortable, can you go faster? Good. Maybe just feel more efficient and more coordinated. 10 last seconds. Let's go. All the way through now. Good work. 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. Take a breather. Okay. This round, we only have 2 exercises. We are actually going to combine the squat and the press to 1 exercise, and then we've got our lateral moves. So, grabbing the weights you can press overhead. The overhead work will dictate how heavy those weights are. So we're going to grab our weights. We're going to inhale down, exhale, press overhead. Inhale down, exhale, press overhead. When you are ready, grab your weights and go. If you need 1 weight, option here. Inhale down, exhale, press overhead. Down, press up. Join in. Last round, a little bit shorter because we've combined the movement. Good. Notice at the top, if our ribs are lifting, we need to still contain the core, just like you would if you stood tall in a regular squat. Use the core at the bottom so we aren't feeling like we're collapsing. Have even weight through the feet. Drive through both legs up fast. Try to make your arms go up as your legs go up. It'll help you use momentum, get those arms pressing fast with power overhead. Well done, everybody. 15 seconds, let's go. Last time we were here today. Watch that head position as we get tired. Pull that head back. Good work. Strong press overhead. You've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and rest. Great work. Weights go down. We've got that lateral side-to-side move. No changes here. 1 final time to master. Pump, pump, pause. Good. Keep it going. Side to side. Little pause. Brace to the core as you go. Let's see it. Move it side to side. Remember that line in the middle of the body? Nothing crosses it. So everything works on its own side. Good. Keep this up. Awesome. Quick, quick pause. Quick, quick pause. 15 seconds. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Awesome work, everybody. Take a breather. You're going to need a light set of weights that you can lift sideways like this. So take a breather. light set of weights you can lift sideways. We're gonna come to a plie squat. So this last round is all combo moves, meaning everything works together. We kind of had a bit of practice out with the squat to press. So feet come wider than hips. I'm gonna open up, rotate on a 45, no further. And I'm just gonna show the squat first. Shoulders, ribs, hips in line. So the bum doesn't stick out, the chest doesn't go forward. Straight line here. My arms for round one, they're gonna change every time, will be here. Down, up. Inhale, exhale. When you are ready, join me here. Down, up. Inhale, exhale. I'm gonna talk this through a few tips. So push the feet out, pull the heels back in. When you pull the heels, that gives us some inner thigh tension. Down, up. When you get to the top, squeeze the glutes, zip up the core. So I want you to think of pushing down with the arms and pushing out with the feet. When you come up, pull with the shoulder, pull with the heels, pause here, making sure we're not leaning backwards. Everything's upright, we stop at a T. Inhale down, exhale, pull. So a little bit of inner thigh, a little bit more quad focus, but also getting through those shoulders. Good. Inhale down, exhale up. Keep this going. Good. 10 last seconds here. Down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When you stand tall, turn your feet parallel, step together. Move those weights off. You may use one of them. You may also just use one heavy weight. We're going to alternate reverse lunge with a twist. So I go down, rotate across the front leg, come up, switch. Lunge, rotate, back to center. Join me right away. I'll demo a few more from the front. So same lunge you've done in the past. We rotate across the front knee, come back up, tall, switch. Lunge, rotate, back up, switch. Good. So as you're moving through this, you need to stabilize through your front foot, because when we rotate, we can't have the hips or knee move. So we isolate through the midsection, nothing else moves, back to center. Round through the front foot, exhale, twist. Make sure when you rotate, the body moves together, it's not just the arm. Good. So we're trying to wring out a rag, get that midsection twisting. Good, and again, we only rotate as far as the body can go. If the arms start to go further, we're gonna lose that core connection. You may also feel your arms working because they've been working throughout class, just to hold that weight up too. Good, keep this going. Awesome, you've got about 10 more seconds here. We've got one more exercise of this circuit. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, you need one weight for a plank row. So we're gonna come down to the mat. If you like 2 weights like this, you're more than welcome to. I just find it bothers my wrist, so I prefer one instead. So, hands a bit closer, feet a little bit wider. We're going to exhale, pull, inhale, release, switch. Exhale, pull, inhale, release, switch. When you're ready, join me here. So, just like the row you did standing, you pull back, down. The hips do not move. So if we're having a harder time, open the feet wider, or you can do this on the knees as well. Exhale, pull. Keep this going. Pull. As you pull one up, I want you to think of pushing the other down, so we have less of a tendency to turn, more of a tendency to keep the tension through the midsection. Making sure the shoulders stay right underneath those wrists, or right over top. We want to make sure the hands aren't walking out from under us. Good. I always like to think if I opened a water bottle on your back, would it stay there? If it's going to spill, we're in trouble. So we need to open those feet a little bit wider. Good. Exhale, pull. So this is usually using the full body here. A little bit of everything to keep us strong. We should have full body tension. Awesome. Keep this going. 10 last seconds here. Big push to the end. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. We need to roll those wrists out. Feel free to go for it. We do have 2 more rounds coming up. There will be slight changes for the exercises as we go. So we're gonna go back to that side raise, but instead, we're probably gonna use similar weight. We're going to change it up. So instead of doing that side raise, this time we're going to bicep curl as we go. Elbows are into the side. So I step my feet wider than my hips. I rotate on a 45, I bend, I stretch. Bend, stretch. The elbows stay in, chest is proud rather than collapsing. Oftentimes when we get tired, we pull the shoulders forward, pull them back, bend, stretch, bend, stretch. So getting a little bit of bicep work. Good. Notice the elbow stays in rather than sliding backwards. We need them tight to the side, pull up, release. Remember to think of that pushing and pulling of the legs so we get those inner thighs, we squeeze those glutes. Getting all angles today. Good, and if you like one weight in the middle instead and that works better, make it happen. Good, now I want you to hold your legs just the curl at the bottom. Sometimes this is harder because we're not using the legs to help us. Good, brace through the whole foot, up and down, up and down. Good, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Turn those feet parallel, step the feet together. Weights go down unless you're using them. We grab that weight for the rotation. Make sure this weight, if you'd like the next option, you can press overhead. So adding on, stay with the twist or add a press the top. Inhale down, exhale twist, inhale center, exhale up. When you're ready, feel free to add that on. Let's go ahead. So lunge, rotate, optional, press up. Lunge, rotate, optional, press up. Think about pressing overhead as you step that foot in, so we're using the momentum, stabilizing through the front foot. Twist through the whole torso, not just the arm. We need to make sure that the knees and hips don't get pulled with us. Good, drive up. That front leg is gonna give you lots of power. Good, big twist, yes. Make sure you're twisting towards your front knee. Good, yeah, awesome. Big press up. Well done. So we're getting a little bit of shoulder work, maybe a little bit of core work as we twist, and definitely through the lower half. That front glute's got lots of work for it today. Last 10 seconds, big drive up. Can you get a little bit lower in your lunges now? 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. Okay, back to our plank row. I will probably use my cans for this one because I'm adding on. If you'd like to master the plank row, stick with it. If you want a little bit more, probably a little bit lighter weight, we're going to add on. So we're going to do a row tricep extension in down. Row tricep extension in down. So make sure there are 2 motions. You row first, elbow high, extend down. On the knees is fine. When you're ready, if you haven't already started, join in. So remember, the first goal is to keep the hips stable. So we need to figure out if that's feet really wide, if we're feeling a little bit more confident, maybe it's a bit closer, maybe that's on the knees. And then as you pull one arm up, you push the other down to give ourselves that tension. Good, watching that the hands don't get out from under you. Keep those shoulders and wrists right in line. Exhale, pull. If you're doing that extension, keep the elbow high, think less swinging. It's all about control through the tricep now, the back of that arm. Good. And again, if your weight permits you to rather just stick with the row because it's heavier, stick with it. No problem. Good, keep those hips stable. Let's go 10 last seconds now. 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. Awesome, take a breather, roll out those wrists, shake out whatever you need to. We have one final round of all this before we get into our bonus round. That's when the real fun starts in here. In your home, I should say. Grab your weights one last time. This time, we open and close, working our rotator cuff. So elbows stay in, wrist opens. Notice I'm rather than elbows moving or chest popping, nothing moves, just my wrist. So feet wide, rotate out, bend, stretch. Push the legs, pull them in. Open, close. The upper half, we should feel that rotator cuff, the back side of the shoulder. Getting that work here. Keep this going. So open, close. Imagine if you were holding a tray. Palm back side works here. Also the inner thighs, pushing and pulling. Good. Now hold the bottom, just the arms. Hold the legs legs deep, chest up, open, in, open, in. 2 more. Last one, hold little pulses of the arms, pulse the legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, feet turn in, step together, weight goes down. Last time with that lunge rotate, optional press. We will only add on one last little push. Lunge rotate, extra pulse, press up. Lunge rotate, extra pulse, press up. That pulse is totally optional. It may, in fact, give you a little momentum to press up. So if you need a little help, maybe give it a try. So remember, you rotate across the front foot. We want to stay grounded through the front foot so that the hips and knee don't start to get pulled. So exhale, twist, drive up, press fast. If you're pressing overhead, straighten the arms, relax the shoulders, relax the ribs down. Good. Again, alternating sides each time. Make sure that those arms aren't getting pulled without the torso. So I only rotate as far as I can, keep that weight or the arm in the middle of my body. Good, we've got 10 last seconds here, keep it up. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. Great work, okay. Last time we're gonna change it up. So you've got the plank row, you've got the plank row to tricep extension, or you have a plank drag this time. So one weight, it will start underneath my left hand. My feet are wide. With my right hand, I pull it across, switch. Pull across, switch. If you'd rather stick with the row or the plank row to extension, stick with that, but this is another option to give a try. Get it moving. So remember, find that fine line of how far do we need support, but how close can we get for that added challenge. Pull with the opposite side. So if it's under my right hand, I pull across my left. If you're rowing, keep the elbow leading back. Squeeze in between the shoulder blades, elbow high if you're doing that extension. So we've got those 3 options. You decide what works. Variety is sometimes a good thing, but also mastering something you know is also awesome too. Good, keep this going. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Roll the wrists out. I want you to move your weights or whatever else you've been using to the side, just so it's away from your mat. So, we are going to go through a little bonus circuit. 2 exercises, 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off. We're gonna go continuous 3 rounds of that. When we make it to the floor after the 3rd round, we stay there, we finish off with 1 last core exercise, then we're done. So, exercise 1, 2 steps across or a shuffle. If you have more space, feel free to go wider. So that as wide as my condo goes, so that's about as far as I go. Side to side, that's exercise 1. Exercise 2 are push-ups. If you need an elevated surface, whether it's this high or a little bit lower, take it there. Hands about as wide as the mat, elbows slightly tucked. Feet can be together, apart or on the knees. And then we've got push-ups there. So, 30 seconds, lateral shuffle, 15 seconds off. 30 seconds push-up, 15 seconds off, 3 times through continuously, and then we stay on the floor. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. So 2 steps across or shuffle. Try to keep everything facing forward. Good, so this is our last little interval push. Last few moments of class. Let's dig deep. 15 more seconds, keep this going. And even if you don't have the space to go further, get a little bit lower. Have a little bit more power in each shuffle. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Feel free to stand up tall or make your way down to the floor already. Get set up. Elbows slightly tucked. We go in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds. Here we go. Down and up. Inhale, exhale. A great in-between option is to lower the knees part way. Make sure the head, chest, and hips move at the same time. You've got 15 more seconds. Really fight for these push-ups. I know 30 seconds is not always the easiest thing after we've gotten that heart rate elevated, but that's what makes us stronger. That's why we picked this exercise today. Last 3, 2, 1, rest. You've got 15 seconds heading into round 2. Roll the wrist out if you need a little breather. Good, we're back into that shuffle. Good, starting in 3, 2, 1, here we go. If you'd like to add on a little squat jump as you go, land. If you don't want to jump, reach up and down. If you don't want to add that in, stick with the shuffle side to side. But if you want, a little extra. Good. 15 seconds, let's go. Good, keep those hips low. Keep those knees and toes in line. All the way through, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish off round 2, come down for those push-ups. So start with your most difficult option and then work your way down. We go in 3, 2, 1, go. So again, if you need an elevated surface, feel free to take an option with a height that works. Maybe it's a couch, maybe it's your bed, maybe it's the countertop. Good, keep this going. Awesome, all the way through, dig deep now. 10 seconds. Get all the way down, we want that full range if you've got it. Pull the head back, lead with the chest. 3, 2, 1, rest. Take a moment, okay, this is it. Whatever you've got left, we don't need to save anything for later, because there is no later. Here we go, 5 seconds. If you'd like to add on, you've got space, down, out, in. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. I know not everybody has the space, so stick with the up if you like, or just stick with the shuffle. But if you want that across, we come down, out, in, up. Good. Awesome. Keep this pace. 10 final seconds now. All the way through, let's go. 5, chest proud, 4, 3, 2, rest. Good work, everybody, okay. Take a breather, we got 30 seconds left of push-ups and we stay on the mat. It's like the never-ending class today. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, go. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. If you need the knees part way, take it there. If you want to stay on the knees, make that happen, full range. You've got 10 last seconds, here we go. Get that chest down, pull the head back. 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. Give yourself a child's pose, hang out there. Roll the wrist out if you need to. Awesome work. Okay, we are going to stay on the back. So if you have one weight, take it. If you have 2 very light weights, you might want 2. If you've got like a medium to heavy weight, maybe just 1. So I could take 2 options, 1 weight like this, but I will show with 2 weights like this. So you can decide what works, no weight is fine. Last exercise, you lay down, a little curve in the low back for neutral, so we're not forcing the back flat or overarching. Legs come up to tabletop, knees in line with hips, shins parallel to the floor. Lift up, tap the same arm and leg away, come back and switch. If you have that 1 weight, you will do it at the same time. Inhale out, exhale back in. Get this started, I'll add on a few more things soon. Notice that you don't have to tap far away. It can be close. Keep the arms straight. Keep the ribs down without forcing the low back flat. Last step, if you haven't added 2 arms, would be to pause, lift, lower. Out, in, pause, lift, lower. Out, in, pause, lift, lower. Good. So the out and in, we should feel low core. The up and down, if you're choosing it, you'll feel a little bit more upper core here. We have 1 last minute, 45 seconds left here. Good, keep it going. Awesome work. Really being mindful of that low back and pelvis position. We never want it to feel like it's rocking. Keep the arms straight as you go. Good work. Got about 25 seconds left, all about the core to finish. Well done. 10 more seconds just like this. Good, and then come back up, hold, little pulses up. Up. If the weight is too heavy now, hands can come behind the head or up in front. Little reaches. If you prefer your feet down, make that happen. Last little curl up. Again, you've got plenty of options. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it, lift a little higher, and then release. Weights go down, hug the knees in the chest. Great work, everyone. Move those weights if you need to, bring the bottoms of the feet together, open up those knees, just turn the gaze side to side. Good, releasing any tension. I didn't feel like that was the never-ending class today. We had time for everything. Let's bring the knees in, flex your right foot, cross it over, pull through for a glute stretch. Take a few breaths here. So think back to things today, what felt really good in your body. So maybe it was an exercise you've done before, maybe it's one that's given you trouble in the past, but it felt really good today. Maybe it felt good because you lifted heavier. And think about something that maybe didn't feel so good, because I have to tell you firsthand, not every exercise and every workout feels perfect or feels really good. Sometimes some exercises take a little bit more work and maybe a few more classes to master. Let's switch. So think about something that you're like, okay, I really need to master that one for next time, and make a point of it to really put your focus there. Good, then we'll hug the right knee in the chest and the left leg long. Then grab the backside for a hamstring stretch, lengthening through the leg. Ask yourself too if everything felt challenging for you today. I always ask that when we're in person. So if you have the opportunity to lift heavier weights, I know not everybody does at home, but feel free to start taking advantage of that. Even if it's like half of that round, that when you're squatting, you lift a little bit heavier and then you go back down, that's progress. So try to make that happen. Draw the knee in, cross it over. And if you're someone who's like, look, I've only got a few weights at home, that's not gonna happen. Start to work on your depth and mastering the form a little bit more. So that way, when you get the opportunity to lift something heavier, you know your form's gonna be really awesome. You're gonna have depth in that. Push-ups are a really good example. We can all work on that at home. Good, draw the knee back and send it down. Switch. Awesome, and grab the backside, hamstring stretch. Notice too what side feels different. I always have one side tighter. I think it also varies from week to week. It doesn't really matter what day it is. Good, then draw the knee in, cross it over to the other side, little twist. Good, then have the knees in the chest, rock yourself side to side, take a moment, and then roll yourself up. Come all the way through to a tabletop position. Let's stretch those wrists out a little bit. We did spend some time on them today, I know, kind of all at once with those planks and then the push-ups. Turn them the other way, little release. Just a very gentle stretch here, nothing too aggressive. And then just come back to neutral, hands tipping through a cat-cow here, moving the pelvis, moving through the head and the neck, releasing any tension. Especially that last exercise, you might be feeling it in the midsection. So you want to release that. Good. Awesome. And then let's press ourselves back to a child's pose. Lengthen those arms out. Try to keep the elbows down. Bring the palms on the upper back and gently press it. It'll give you a nice tricep stretch here. Good, then extend those arms out. Walk your hands to one side. Hold here. Give yourself a little stretch. And then we'll switch other side. And then slowly walk your hands back to center. Walk yourself up to a little crouch. Plant the feet. Gently extend the legs. Release the head and neck. Just bending through right and left leg. Maybe you're letting the head hang heavy. And then soften the knees. Slowly roll up. We'll just shoulders back like how we started. Good, and then let's finish off with 3 final breaths. Big inhale and exhale. Last 2. 1 more. And release. Awesome work today, everybody. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you have questions, let me know. If not, have an awesome rest of your day. Thanks, everyone.